Good morning, school. I would like to start by thanking you for participating, doing so many activities for chess. I saw a lot of excitement, and I was really, really happy that all of you were keen to participate in all the different activities. I would also like to thank the teachers for supporting the chess team, for supporting me in arranging the chess week and doing all the different activities. Please let's clap for the students, clap for yourselves, and clap for the teachers, please. I would also like to encourage you. I know I've had a lot of questions about the tournament. Normally, for the tournament, we choose a few students to represent the different houses. We cannot take the whole school. However, with the chess team, I promise that we'll come up with a better way to make sure more people participate. I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll get back to you. And we also hope to arrange more tournaments so that you can be able to compete, because I saw the eagerness for competition, which is a very, very good thing. So I would like to encourage you to keep playing chess and keep practicing. Please do some chess at home. I was telling you, if you have a cat that plays chess, play with your cat, play with your dog, play with your sibling. Please keep practicing, because it's not okay for you to want to participate in tournaments when during some of the lessons, when I bring out my worksheets, you're not so happy to have them. Let's keep learning so that when the tournaments come, we're playing better. Is that okay? All right, I would like to introduce Mrs. Tumwesije to come and introduce our next speakers.
Good morning, Key Stage 2. Are you running out of energy? No. Good morning, Key Stage 2. Good morning, Mrs. Are you enjoying Chess Week? Yes. Awesome. So like you've heard, my name is Mrs. Tumwesije, a.k.a. Mama Tande, Mama Zuri, Mama Dara, Mama Tosha.
I'm not sure I got what you meant.
Sorry. So today, my job is to introduce two special people, two chess champions. Yeah. Now, since I'm their mother, you might think I'm biased and I'm only just calling them champions, but allow me to justify it. Zuri is 12 years old and the current under 13 girls champion in Uganda. Yeah. So that means if you get all of us under 13 girls and organize a tournament, Zuri is likely to beat us all. Tandeka is 14 years old and the best player in his category. Not only that, but he has a conditional title, Candidate Master. So what that means is that he played in a continental event that's all of Africa and came up top 3. Yep. They have both represented Uganda on the national chess team a number of times, as you can see. And this year, they traveled to Zambia to represent the country. And as a result, they were among the top 20 selected for a 1-year FIDE scholarship in chess training. That's like receiving a FIFA scholarship for football training. Okay. Thank you. And once again, they have qualified to represent Uganda in Liberia for another tournament this December. Yeah. And this year, they were signed up by a leading chess club in Kenya to represent them in Uganda, and that's Lighthouse Chess Club, the one that they will represent today. They're not only champions, they're celebrities. Last Sunday, they were featured on NBS television, where they shared their chess experience. Yeah. As you can see, they are definitely champions. They have won so many tournaments to the extent that we stopped counting medals. but didn't stop celebrating. I'm honored to invite Tandeka and Zuri to come over here and share their journey with you today. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, kindly welcome with me, Tandeka and Zuri. Like loudly. Do the second one. Yeah. So you stay in one place, yeah?
Okay. So thank you, Mrs. Sumesije, for that introduction. I am Zuri, this is Tande, and we are here as former members of the North Green School to tell you all about our journey to becoming chess champions.
Yes, as Zuri said, we're here to talk to you guys about chess. So, Zuri, at the beginning of our chess journey, what did you think the first time you saw a chessboard?
The first time I saw a chessboard, I was very intimidated by it. There were so many pieces and squares, it was also complicated. Speaking of the first time we saw a chessboard and the first time we trained and got into chess, do you remember how old we were?
I believe I was 9 at the time, and you were 8, similar to a lot of you, I think. And yeah, it was really intimidating, as you said, learning the openings, understanding the strategies in the middle game, and how to maneuver your pieces to actually win the end game. And to understand all of that, we had to train a certain number of times a week. How many times was that, Zuri?
When we just started out, we weren't that serious about chess. We trained about once a week. But what I would recommend to all of you would be to train about 2 to 3 times a week with a coach, and on your own, train every day about 3 puzzles and at least 1 game. When did we finally start using that training, though, to go to tournaments and stuff?
We participated in our first tournament around, I think, 3 months after we started playing chess. And it took a lot of our time to prepare for it, a lot of energy as well, and working hard towards it. Yes, as I said, it took a lot of time. But I don't think it stopped us from having a social life, Zuri, did it?
No. When we started playing chess, we still went to as many parties and hangouts and stuff. To be honest, chess only added to the experience. We made more friends, connections, and had more fun. But speaking of the way chess can impact your life and emotions, do you remember how your first loss felt?
My first loss. It was devastating, to say the least. And yeah, I felt like just packing up and going home, giving up on chess entirely. But of course, you don't give up after one deficit, after one trial. And you have to push through, as this guy said. Yeah, and you also have to learn from those losses, like I had to eventually. And after all the training, after a loss, you finally win something. So, Zuri, how did it feel to win something worthwhile?
The first time you win a medal, or even just a chess game, it will feel awesome because you've put so much work into it. You go to the tournament not expecting to get anything, just doing your best, and then you manage to snag a medal. But while we are on the topic of medals and trophies, do you remember how it felt to get the #1 spot, getting a trophy for the first time?
Yeah, the first time I got a trophy, actually, it felt awesome, of course, exhilarating. Yeah, and it was really hard work. It was around 2 years after I started my chess journey, which sounds like a lot, and to be honest, it is. But yeah, you guys can do it. You could even do it in less. How about you, Zuri? When did you get your first trophy?
I got my first trophy in the tournament right after you got yours, actually. I remember thinking, well, if Tande can do it, obviously I can as well. But every time I get a trophy, even after that first time, it's still just as exhilarating and exciting. But I do know that there are a lot of players out there that are way better than us, so have gotten more trophies and medals. So who would your favorite player be?
My favorite chess player worldwide. I don't think I see his poster around here, but his name is Hikaru Nakamura from the United States. He is pretty much a normal person. He just happens to be a professional chess player, and he has a decent online following. He is a YouTuber, and yeah, I find that pretty cool. How about you, Zuri? Who's your favorite chess player?
My favorite chess player would have to be Magnus Carlsen from Norway. He's the current world champion. And he's so inspiring. Every time he sits on a board, he just dominates the competition. It's very exciting to watch. But who would your favorite chess player be in Uganda?
Oh, in Uganda, I think it's a tie between my two coaches, Coach Sonko Matthias, and I believe also someone that spoke to you, FIDE Master Okas Walter. Yeah, they would have to be my two favorite chess players in Uganda. How about you?
For my favorite chess player in Uganda, that would have to be me.
Of course it is. Of course.
So what would your goal be in chess to live up to the legacies of all our favorite players?
I believe my goal would be to become number one in Uganda before I legally become an adult while I'm still a teenager. And just a goal in general to become the best chess player in Africa eventually. Yeah. And you?
My goal would have to be being the top female in Uganda before I turn 16. I feel like that's a good goal. So thank you for listening to all of us. Before we go, we would like to thank Mrs. Musenze for starting us out on our chess journey, giving us our first coach, and inviting us to come up here and talk to you. And to thank her, we would like to give her a magnetic demo board.
Yeah. Okay, so as the demo board is being brought, do any of you guys have questions? Oh my.
Okay. Yes.
When you started playing in a chess tournament, was it your... How many people were you against with? What number did you come in?
I'm pretty sure on my very first tournament, I came dead last. But after that, I kept trying, I kept pushing through, and eventually I worked my way up to becoming number one in almost every tournament I played. Any more questions?
Which house were you in when you entered the North Green School?
When we entered the North Green School, we were in fire.
Okay, thank you. My question is very simple. Is it too late for old teachers to learn chess?
Okay, it's never too late to learn chess. You can learn it at any age. You can learn it at 5, you can learn it at 100, whatever. It's never too late.
Okay, I see a lot of you have more questions. If you have any more, you can ask Mrs. Musenze. I think she'll be happy to answer. And yeah.
But as for now, we have some questions for you guys, actually.
Okay, so I'll start. Let's set some ground rules. The first person, you can put your hands down. The first person to put up their hand will be the person I'll ask to answer. Yeah, that's simple. No, as in after I ask the question. Only one. Okay. How many? Put your hand down. How many squares are on a chessboard?
There are 64.
That's correct. We can give him a hand clap. Thank you.
And as a prize for getting that question correct, we have a chessboard for you, so you can just come here and receive your chessboard. So now we have another question,
No.
and this one is for the girls. Who is the current world champion? Uh-huh. That is correct. There you go.
Okay. What many of you guys may not know is that our first chess tournament out of Uganda, the North Green School was very supportive, and TNGS has partnered with us throughout our chess journey, and we'd like to give them a very big thank you. And also, in partnership with the Chirabu Chess Foundation, we are donating 10 chess boards to the entire school. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys for being a great audience. Always remember, I'd like to encourage you to always remember God is with you throughout your chess journey, and that even in the dictionary, practice comes before success. And most importantly, Zuri, keep on moving. There you go.